My name is Lenhle Khoza, and I'm the BBBEE manager who is also responsible for transformation, including corporate social responsibility for Samsung South Africa. Solve for Tomorrow is a STEM competition, and what we mean by STEM is science, technology, engineering, and maths. And I'll talk about it in the context of South Africa. We're targeting grade 10 and 11 students from underserviced communities, and what we'd like to do is basically expose them to STEM education and how STEM education can be used to address key societal issues in their respective communities. At about this time last year, we went on a roadshow around the province to 51 schools in the 9 provinces and basically introduced Solve for Tomorrow to the 51 schools. We then opened up the competition in January this year, where they could enter their solutions that they've decided to work on as part of the 2023 Solve for Tomorrow competition. When that closed, we then had a panel of judges evaluate those entries, and then we came up with a top 10. The top 10 was announced in March this year, and then that took us into the second phase. But what we were doing in parallel with that, we recruited Samsung employees who put up their hands to be mentors to the top 10 teams. Then we embarked on the journey, which has been the longest part of this particular competition. We did design thinking workshops with the top 10 teams, where we basically taught them about critical thinking, how to think about it like a designer, and how to basically start formulating the prototypes that they've developed for the solutions that they had put in the competition. This has been a 6-month journey with their mentors. And what has happened now is that over the past 3 days, which is ending today, it's actually the final phase of the competition, where the schools then presented their prototypes this time to a panel of judges, and today we're going to hear who the top winners are. And we're looking forward to that, because the top winner walks away with 100,000 in STEM equipment for their school, and the second prize gets 50,000 in STEM equipment for their school, and then the third prize gets 30,000 in STEM equipment for their school. But that's not all. What we're also doing for the top 3 is we're going to be giving them Samsung devices. It's a very good time to be talking about key learnings from this program. One of the first learnings we got was that we can't assume that every school has got access to infrastructure. You can't take that for granted. So meeting the schools face to face was very important. The second part was during the design thinking workshops, we needed to do it in smaller groups, because if you have large groups, you stand the risk of having too many kids in the same room and then losing certain kids, and then they get out of this environment not having gotten the concept, because it's really about equipping them with skills on how to build the prototype, and that's what they use in the culmination of that. The third thing that we learned is that it's very important to have dedicated mentors. The mentors played a critical role in making sure that the schools were focused and making sure that they met the deadlines. The teacher support was very important, and of course having learners that are part of this particular process. We have partnered with the state IT agency, SETA, on this particular on this particular competition. So SETA and ourselves partnered. So the schools that participated in this competition are from SETA CSR and Samsung CSR. And because this was the first time we were doing it in South Africa, we decided that we'd pilot with 51 schools from both the institutions. You know, knowing what I know now, if I were to say what does the future look like for us as South Africa, I would say it looks really bright, especially because the children that have participated, we have seen firsthand that they come from underserved communities. We haven't handpicked them from affluent environments. And the children that we met during the design thinking workshops in April this year, and the children who presented at the finals are chalk and cheese. They have leapfrogged. You saw the confidence come through. They have grown. And you also saw how we've been able to nurture the skill and unearth this talent that could have lain dormant or even unnoticed because of the environment in which they're growing in. So I'm very confident that we do have innovators, and some of them are hidden in the underserved communities. And all they need is a break like Solve for Tomorrow. So we will be opening the competition up again next year. We're looking to grow the competition wider to include more schools, obviously, because this year was a pilot. So once we do that, we're going to be going out into media. They must watch our social media sites. We'll be going on radios in the different provinces, print media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They must just stay plugged in, hey? And hopefully the children that have, or the learners that have been part of the process are also going to be ambassadors for us to say what they have learned, and they can say definitely they want to participate again.